Madara Uchiha from Naruto versus Ryomen Sukuna from Jujutsu Kaisen. It's the ultimate showdown, featuring two guys who think peace and mass destruction are interchangeable terms. First up, we have got Madara, the man with a plan. He's got the brooding looks, the tragic backstory, and a fan. Because apparently, wielding a massive weapon isn't enough flair. This guy thinks peace means everyone bowing to me. Classic overachiever vibes, right? On the flip side, we have Sukuna, who's basically the poster child for chaos. The king of curses and part-time sushi critic, because this guy snacks on fingers like they're gourmet hors d'oeuvres. Literally. If Madara's all about world domination, Sukuna is just like, I'm here for the snacks and the mayhem. Now first, let's talk about Madara. For those of you who have been living under a rock or simply watching the wrong shows, Madara is the one who invented the term overachiever. Along with Hashirama Senju, Madara was one of the co-founders of Hidden Leaf Village and also the head of the Uchiha clan. The shinobi world's history has been shaped by his deeds. Madara's rise to power was shrouded in mystery and darkness. Born during the tumultuous era of the Warring States, Madara Uchiha was a prodigy from the Uchiha clan. His early years were marked by conflict as clans battled for supremacy. From a young age, Madara exhibited extraordinary talent, rivaling even his brother Izuna. Despite his incredible strength, Madara's legacy is mixed with admiration and fear. One of the most intriguing aspects of Madara's character is the infamous Uchiha curse. No, it's not a Netflix series. It's about the Uchiha clan's powerful visual jutsu. The Sharingan, a sacred eye technique passed down through generations, brings with it a curse of darkness and despair. Madara's own descent into darkness can be seen as a reflection of this curse, as he struggles to balance his power with his humanity. One of the defining moments in Madara's life was the Battle of the Valley of the End, a legendary showdown between him and Hashirama Senju. The two shinobi clashed in a brutal and epic battle that would shape the future of the shinobi world. Madara's defeat at the hands of Hashirama marked a turning point in his life, as he vowed to one day return. Madara's return from the dead during the Fourth Great Ninja War sent shockwaves through the shinobi world. With his newfound strength and determination, Madara set out to fulfill his ultimate goal, the creation of a new world order. Madara's mastery of elemental jutsu is second to none. With his control over fire jutsu, he can unleash devastating attacks that level entire battlefields. Madara was incredibly skilled in taijutsu. Against the 4th Division, he calmly defeated thousands of opponents with physical combat, showing exceptional agility, reflexes, and coordination to disarm, dodge, and counterattack from many directions at once. He could strike with precision before his opponent could react, and he could overpower individuals twice his size. And let's not forget about Madara's unrivaled speed and agility. Madara's years of experience on the battlefield honed his strategic ingenuity. With the power of the Sharingan, the eye that sees through all illusions and predicts every move of his opponents. With just a glance, Madara can turn the tide of any battle in his favor, leaving his enemies scrambling to keep up. With techniques like Tsukuyomi, he can trap his enemies in a never-ending nightmare, twisting their minds and breaking their wills. Madara's Mangekyo Sharingan takes his visual prowess to a whole new level. Having awakened both of his Mangekyo Sharingan, Madara possessed a power that few could rival. With the ability to summon Susanoo, he could wield its formidable strength. The ribcage of his Susanoo could withstand the force of an ultra-big ball Rasengan, showcasing his immense power. Not stopping there, Madara could manifest a legged humanoid Susanoo, armed with 4 undulating blades. It looked like something straight out of a mecha anime, but with way more attitude. Additionally, he could unleash Yasaka Magatama of varying sizes, showcasing his versatility in battle. As his eyesight began to deteriorate from the strain of his abilities, Madara made a bold move to replace his original eyes with Izuna's, granting him the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. This eye transplant allowed him to stabilize his Susanoo into its complete body form, giving it an impenetrable outer armor reminiscent of a Tengu. The secondary pair of arms wielded sheathed katana, capable of slicing through mountains with their sheer force, demonstrating the sheer power at his disposal. After infusing himself with Hashirama's DNA and unknowingly blending Indra's and Asura's chakra, Madara's Sharingan evolved into the legendary Rinnegan. As the eye's original owner, only he could unlock their full potential. With the Rinnegan, Madara could tap into the 6 paths technique, utilizing abilities such as the Preta path to absorb chakra, and the Deva Path to unleash devastating attacks like Chibaku Tensei. The Outer Path allowed him to control chakra chains that could restrain even the mighty-tailed beasts, showcasing his mastery over the forces at play. But it was his fusion of the Rinnegan and Sharingan that truly set him apart. With this unholy union, Madara could call forth meteorites from the heavens, raining destruction upon his enemies with a mere thought. The demonic statue of the Outer Path, also known as the Ghetto Statue, obeyed his every command, allowing him to seal the Ten Tails within himself and summon a corporeal shadow to aid him in battle. As the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, Madara ascended to new heights of power. His Rinnegan blazed with intensity as he gazed upon the moon, awakening the Rinne Sharingan upon his forehead. With his third eye, he cast the infinite Tsukuyomi, ensnaring all but himself in an eternal Genjutsu. His physical prowess was unmatched, his speed and durability surpassing even the most legendary of techniques. Absorbing the tree form of the Ten Tails granted Madara regenerative abilities beyond comprehension. In this form, Madara could fly, and his regenerative powers could circumvent bisection and restore his body, causing him to declare himself immortal, his body able to withstand even the most devastating of attacks. With the truth-seeking balls at his command, he wielded the very essence of creation itself. These orbs of power could nullify any ninjutsu, serving as both shield and sword in his quest for dominance. In short, Madara wasn't just a ninja, he was a one-man army. Madara Uchiha remains one of the most enigmatic and intriguing characters in the Naruto series. Whether he is viewed as a hero or a villain, there is no denying the impact that Madara Uchiha has had on the world of Naruto. And definitely someone you didn't want to mess with unless you were looking for a front-row seat to an apocalypse. Now let's talk about another dominant and ambitious guy. Ryomen Sukuna, also known as the King of Curses, stands as one of the most terrifying and powerful figures in the Jujutsu Kaisen universe. He is a malevolent being who possesses immense power and a sinister reputation in Jujutsu Kaisen. He is depicted as a curse that was once a human sorcerer with a thirst for power. Sukuna's backstory is shrouded in mystery, but it is said that he was a fearsome sorcerer who became corrupted by his insatiable desire for strength and immortality. As a result, he was sealed away in a pair of severed fingers known as Sukuna's cursed object. Sukuna's cursed energy is so potent that he is revered as a godlike figure among curses. Sukuna's immense power and malevolent nature set him apart from other curses. Back in the golden age of Jujutsu sorcery, Sukuna wreaked havoc across Japan. He single-handedly slaughtered elite Jujutsu sorcerer squads like the Sun, Moon, and Stars squad, and the 5 empty generals of the Fujiwara clan. His power was so immense that even the most skilled sorcerers struggled to stand against him. In fact, his legacy of destruction earned him a title that still sends chills down the spine, the King of Curses. Even in modern times, Sukuna's power is acknowledged by Satoru Gojo, the strongest sorcerer of the current age. Gojo himself admits that a fight with Sukuna would be no easy feat. Good luck with that, champ. Now let's shift our focus to Sukuna's powers and abilities. The first and most prominent ability of Sukuna is his immense cursed energy. As a curse of such high caliber, Sukuna possesses an unrivaled amount of cursed energy that far surpasses that of regular curses or sorcerers. This allows him to unleash devastating attacks and perform incredible feats with ease. Sukuna's strength doesn't just lie in his curse techniques. His raw physical power and combat skills are overwhelming. As a master hand-to-hand combatant, Sukuna doesn't even need to rely on jujitsu to decimate his opponents. We have seen him dominate opponents with punches that send enemies flying and blows that shatter buildings. Even with just a fraction of his original strength 3 fingers worth, Sukuna has easily dispatched special-grade curses. His speed and reflexes are equally terrifying. In battles against some of the strongest characters, like Jogo and Maharaga, Sukuna blitzes them with speed and precision, often cutting them down before they even realize what's happening. Among Sukuna's most devastating attacks are his slashing techniques Dismantle and Cleave. These moves are precise and deadly. Dismantle is his go-to ranged slashing attack, which he uses to cut through both sorcerers and cursed spirits. Meanwhile, Cleave is a technique that adjusts its slashing force to instantly cut down an opponent, no matter their toughness. One of the more terrifying aspects of Sukuna's attacks is that they can tear through the very fabric of the world itself. His slashes aren't just physical, they can cut through space itself. As if his slashes weren't enough, Sukuna also commands Divine Flame, a technique that allows him to summon fire far more potent than that of any cursed spirit. His ability to manipulate these destructive flames is so intense that it can overpower even the most powerful of cursed techniques. Using reverse curse technique, Sukuna can heal from nearly any injury within moments. We've seen him regenerate lost limbs instantly, restoring them to full strength without any sign of weakness. We're talking about a regeneration speed that would make even a superhero jealous. This regenerative power allowed him to continue fighting long after others would have fallen. There's more. Sukuna's understanding of the reverse curse technique is tactical. In one of his most strategic moves, he figured out how to heal his curse technique itself. By destroying the part of his brain where curse techniques are engraved and then regenerating it, Sukuna can restore his techniques to full power, effectively resetting any damage they've taken. This means that even if his cursed abilities get a little worn out during a fight, he can restore them in an instant. It's like having a cheat code that lets him keep using his most powerful techniques without limits. Then, there's Sukuna's ultimate trump card, his domain expansion, Malevolent Shrine. This curse technique is unlike any other domain expansion. Sukuna's Malevolent Shrine manifests without creating a barrier, which extends its area of effect to a massive 200 meters radius. Anyone caught within this range is subjected to relentless, precise slashing. It's like being caught in a blender with no escape option. After hijacking Megumi Fushigiro's body, Sukuna gained access to the 10 Shadows technique, one of the most powerful inherited techniques from the Zenin clan. Allows the user to summon 10 different Shikigami, using their shadows as a medium. But in Sukuna's hands, this technique is far more deadly than ever before. This technique allows Sukuna to summon a variety of Shikigami, each with unique abilities from the powerful Divine Dogs to the colossal Max Elephant. But the crowning jewel of the 10 Shadows technique is none other than 8-handled sword Divergent Sila Divine General, Madara. This monstrous Shikigami is the ultimate weapon of the technique and has only been tamed by one person in history, Sukuna. Madara is a near unstoppable force with the ability to adapt to any phenomenon, allowing it to counter any technique it faces. Armed with the Sword of Extermination, it's an absolute powerhouse on the battlefield. By taming Madara, Sukuna becomes nearly invincible, as Madara's adaptation power allows it to overcome even the most powerful of jujutsu techniques. The 8-handled wheel that appears behind Madara also manifests over Sukuna or his opponents, marking them for adaptation. And just when you think Sukuna has reached the peak of his powers, he unveils another terrifying ability, Merge Beast Agito, a fusion of new Great Serpent, Round Deer, and Tiger Funeral. This combination Shikigami stands as tall as Madara, wields electricity from its fists, and can even regenerate using reverse curse technique. Agito embodies Sukuna's mastery over the 10 Shadows technique, blending the powers of multiple Shikigami into one deadly entity. But it's not just the Shikigami that make the 10 Shadows technique so formidable in Sukuna's hands. His control over the shadows themselves gives him an edge in combat, allowing him to hide within shadows, manipulate them for offensive moves, or even store objects within them. With Sukuna's vast cursed energy reserves, these shadows are practically limitless in their applications. With immense physical strength, unmatched cursed energy, and a collection of deadly techniques, Ryomen Sukuna is truly the king of curses. His legacy of destruction is rivaled by none, and his abilities continue to make him one of the most fearsome characters in Jujutsu Kaisen. Well, folks, if Madara and Sukuna ever faced off, it would be a clash of titans that would shake the very foundations of their worlds. In this battle, Madara Uchiha would likely win against Ryomen Sukuna, and here's why. Madara possesses both the Sharingan and the Rinnegan, giving him overwhelming control over the battlefield. The Sharingan allows him to see through illusions and predict his opponent's moves, making Sukuna's attacks easier to counter. The Rinnegan, on the other hand, grants Madara godlike abilities, such as absorbing energy attacks and detecting unseen attacks. These powers could neutralize many of Sukuna's techniques, including his slashing attacks and domain expansion. Madara's Susanoo, particularly in its perfect form, provides him with nearly impenetrable defense. It's capable of slicing through mountains with ease and can withstand devastating attacks like Arei Sengen, giving Madara a shield against Sukuna's Dismantle and Cleave. Additionally, his Susanoo has incredible offensive power, which could overpower Sukuna's physical strength and cursed energy. While Sukuna's techniques are definitely scary, Madara's arsenal is more diverse. He can attack from a distance using meteor strikes, giant Susanoo slashes, and elemental jutsu, effectively keeping Sukuna at bay. Furthermore, Madara's ability to regenerate and fly grants him significant tactical advantages in mobility, allowing him to outlast Sukuna in endurance. Sukuna's regenerative abilities are extraordinary. He can heal from almost any injury in moments, even regenerating lost limbs instantly with full strength and no signs of weakness. However, as the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, Madara becomes a formidable force of nature, with regenerative abilities and the power to absorb chakra from his surroundings, granting him unlimited energy for extended battles. So while it's hard to argue who can fight longer, the tide may change when Madara uses truth-seeking orbs. These orbs nullify any ninjutsu, potentially negating Sukuna's curse techniques and flames. Moreover, they can even erase parts of a person's soul. If these orbs touch Sukuna long enough, his existence could be erased from this world. Even if Sukuna manages to dodge the truth-seeking orbs, Madara's ultimate trump card is the infinite Tsukuyomi, which traps anyone in a world of endless illusions. Sukuna, despite his immense power, would struggle to resist this attack. His cursed energy and abilities, though formidable, have no direct counter to this genjutsu. While Sukuna can summon Maharaga and Agito for assistance, Madara can summon the Ten Tails for his aid. However, that's a discussion for another time. We are not here to debate Tailed Beast versus Shikigami. Sukuna's only potential advantage against Madara lies in his domain expansion, Malevolent Shrine, which covers a massive 200-meter radius without a barrier. Within this area, Sukuna can launch precise slashing attacks that bypass all defenses, including Madara's Susanoo. However, as the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, Madara can dimension hop to avoid the attacks, and his ability to fly provides him with further mobility to escape Sukuna's range. Additionally, we haven't discussed Madara's ability, Limbo. In summary, while Ryomen Sukuna is powerful, with overwhelming cursed energy and his domain expansion, Madara's superior combat experience, strategic mind, and godlike powers would likely tip the scale in his favor, allowing him to outlast and defeat Sukuna. Anyway, thanks for joining us on this exciting adventure. Drop a comment below. Who do you think would win in a real fight and why? Or do you have another epic battle in mind?